Okay, so this is Dwight again, creating another video, and it's taking me longer to create this video than the videos will last, or the video will last. So with errors and without errors, here is the video. So you sign in. I've created a student account. It is HF Teachers, password teacher 1. So what the students see is basically the same as what we see. My name as a student is Math Department. So I click on my course, and the page I'll see is similar to the page I see on the instructor side. Some differences, or one difference is if you click on Course Tools, you don't see the options to create assignments. So you can email the instructor, email the class. There's a chat feature, haven't used that before. There's the ability to share documents, haven't used that before. You can upload or download, and students can access the textbook. Students can also access the multimedia library, and that basically has videos. I think they have access to PowerPoints as well. So let's say if we want to look at Chapter 1, the objective on basics of functions in their graphs. Interactive figure, section videos, the textbook, another video. So there's a bunch of videos. Let's click on everything. And these resources will come up. So I don't know what animation is. I haven't used this before. Let's click on this and see what this is about.
Using function notation. In this example, we have a function with a letter name other than lowercase f. The function here is named g of x, and it is defined as the sum of two x.
All right, so that's a cool feature. So you can also see the textbook. They can see test prep videos. Like with any software that we use, sometimes they'll cover either a wider breadth than what we'll cover, or it'll be more narrow. So you have to keep that in mind. So exercise 1.
For our next problem, we're giving a list of relations, and we're asked to list any relation that is not a function. So let's start with A. In A, we have...
All right, so you've seen that before. So let's show you something that you haven't seen. So I'm a student. Let's go back to my home page, and I can see what assignments are overdue as well as what assignments are coming up. So I have a quiz that I made. It's called Practice 5. It's available now. I can click on it. I've set a time limit of 30 minutes. The students can stop the quiz and resume it another time throughout that day, or before the due date. And when they do that, the remaining time will still be left. So in other words, they can't go back to see other problems that they've completed, nor do they get extra time. So I'm ready to start the test. I think it's 4 questions. So for time's sake, let's get some right, some wrong. Evaluate the piecewise functions. So 3, so what is that, 9, negative 27, so positive 9, I think. 0, so it's going to be positive 6, 6, 2. All right, same thing, evaluate negative 2, so that's less than 0. So what is that, negative 10, negative 6, 0, that's going to be 6, and 2, that's going to be 8. Graph piecewise functions, so it's 2 increasing graphs. When it's greater than negative 2, the y-intercept is negative 3, so it appears that that'll be the answer. What's the range of the function? All real numbers, so we want interval notation. All right, let's just guess on this one, put anything for the answer. And this is my last problem. As you can see, it shows me how much time I have left. And there's no way to go back. If you want to allow them to have the option to go back, we can give them that ability, or we can take it away. All right, so I'm submitting the quiz, and immediately I see my score. I see which questions I got correct, as well as I can click on the questions that I made mistakes on. Let's say if I still don't understand what my mistake is, well, the answer is shown, but let's say if I still don't get why that's the answer. I can click on Ask My Instructor, and I didn't make a change here, so this is a default email address, but I can, on the instructor side, make a change so that when I click on this link, the students will email me, and it'll have a link to this particular problem. All right, so let's cancel that, and let's close this. Okay, so let's go to the instructor side to see the results of this quiz. So HF, Math, Teachers 1, maybe it was Teacher 1. Okay, so as you can see, I have one student enrolled, and again, that is Math Department. So you don't see my name, Math Department, you see HF Teachers. And if you look at Course Tools, you'll see we have a bunch of options that aren't available on the student side. So under Course Tools, I want to click on Gradebook. There's a gradebook that's up here also. If you click on it, so my best understanding on this is a gradebook. Like if you wanted to complete the problems yourself as a student, you would use these options. But if you're looking at the courses that you're teaching, you would go down to Gradebook here. So I see the student Math Department. So I can click on my score or my name. So from the teacher's side, I see the percent that the student earned. I can also review their quiz. And I can look at how much time it took them to complete it. So if I look at this and say, man, this guy took 2 minutes, barely 2 minutes to complete the problem, and he got a 75%. If he'd have taken his time, he would have aced the quiz. Let's review the problems. And we can go to the problems that they have that they didn't get correct. And we should be able to see the answer. Yeah, there it is right there. So that's the answer I entered. And this is a choice I made. So then, you can pull this up. You can have a discussion, obviously, in class, or you can choose not to. Let's say if it's the case that there was a technical mistake. Let's say the students entered in an answer that you think is correct, but because of the way they used or them being unfamiliar with my math lab, they just entered it in incorrectly. It appears as if we could change the grade. Let's say if I did enter in the correct answer, maybe I wrote it out in words instead of the end of notation. I want to give the student points. So I changed my grade. Let's refresh the page. And now that student has 100%. So there are times I've seen where LMS, learning management systems like Pearson or Hawks, they have limitations, meaning a student will enter an answer and technically it's correct, but because of the limitation of that LMS, it doesn't give them credit. So hope this helps. If you have any questions, let me know. Take care.